What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Tree Chanel. I'm checking in with Black Atmosphere and Company's mental health space. You know the drill. Get over the hump. Come talk to us. Be sure you share this podcast. If you are on Spotify, turn that bell green, baby. Come ring my bell. Be sure to follow us. Thank you guys so much for making the fucking popcorn and remote control go viral. People probably are not gonna want to know why people got popcorn and fucking remote controls, but you do because you listen to this podcast. So shout out to you. So in today's topic for episode 8, we in episode 8 balling on them. Okay, we're not doing that, but the topic is health is wealth, and that is 2 of our key pillars for the 8 pillars of life for Black Atmosphere and Company. So we have these 8 pillars that we help our clients, members, and things of that nature, and how to make it full circle. So before we get into the freaking topic, we're gonna get into this disclaimer, and we're gonna talk about Grant Cardone too. Oh, baby, because he had us, the culture, up in uproar. But I'm going to talk to you about the encounter that I had with him, and it was not good. And he disrespected us. So when I saw this, it was no shock to me. So let's get into the disclaimer and get to it. This disclaimer is brought to you by Black Atmosphere and Company. We are a safe space for entrepreneurs to speak about social issues that may affect their mental health. We are simply here to help our community and business and the economical structure. We have to start from the roots of our problem to find better solutions. Black Atmosphere and Company's 8 Pillars of Life is designed to help our members and listeners get through these issues together. So we are not a mental health facility, healthcare provider. We are entrepreneurs helping one another in our journeys. All right, you guys, welcome to episode 8. Man, can you believe it? Episode 8 already of Black Atmosphere and Company's mental health space. Shout out to Spotify for allowing this visibility. I've been in contact with them and how to grow this. Like, that's an exciting time. And also the competition, but I'm gonna talk to Spotify because you feel me. Like, this is why I originally signed up for it. Hey, you gotta stay loyal, you gotta stay down. But you know what I'm saying, it's always love full circle. So health is wealth. Man, this is something that I have been speaking to the community about for over a decade. But as I'm in entrepreneurial battle of my body, that is really shit. That's the real battle within yourself. I'm healthy, but there are things that I felt like was just trying to drag me, just like, tear this body up. Like, I just felt, I can't even explain it, but I was like, yo, what's happening? I have a knee that needs to be replaced. I was on Dance Your Ass Off on oxygen, and honey, I was dancing and shaking what my mama gave me. But in that time, I pulled a sciatic nerve. My sciatic nerve got jacked up. I ended up having 12 stitches in my other knee. So I got a bad knee busted up, and I got 12 stitches in the other, and I got a sciatic nerve. Yo, could you imagine the pain I was feeling doing all that dancing, and no one knew that I was hurting like that? And I wasn't even taking injections at that time, and it finally caught up to me where I couldn't even walk up the stairs no more. I couldn't dance, bust a squat, during COVID and not moving around. It really caused some issues, and where I was like disabled. So now, you got your body working against you, your mental out here like, yeah, who want it? Who want the smoke? And like, yo, you're just all over the place. You just feel like, everybody part is in the wrong space, in the wrong socket. And you like trying to put yourself back together. That's really how I felt. And like, man, I can laugh about that, but I'm still recovering. And trying to get my strength back in my legs, and I'm like, man, will I ever be able to dance again? Because I can't even dance. And people that know me know how much I love to go to the club and dance. I think going into the virtual clubs and what that did for me and my spirits really lifted me up, because I couldn't. So loving what you do creates abundance of wealth. So if all the things that you love have been taken away from you, and so you feel like, what do I have? I'm grateful for having life, of course, but also there are people that are alive, but they may feel like they're dead inside because something has been taken away from them. And now it's like you're in life trying to do more than cope, how to move forward with your life. But you really feel like you can't, because there's things attached. There's things in the world that will always remind you of that space that you once was in, your happy space. And it's not that you're trying to live in the past, or you want to make it better than the past. So you got to do things you've never done before. You got to place your body in things and expand that like you have never done before. Like my dinner, what that consists of, my diet. I had for dinner something people were like, what is that? I had 4 slices of grapefruit, an egg, a baked sweet potato, and an organic chicken patty. So I'm learning to have healthy carbs, veggies, things of that nature to make my meals complete and not have naked calories or dead calories. So that really is something that I have to be mindful for. And, as I get into meal prepping, but it's so hard for me to even stand for a long period of time, because then the back, I'm like, I need Pilates. I need some of that. So that's really what I want to get into. But meal prepping is a real strong thing that really works. You save time, money, and energy by doing it all at once. It takes time. Pace yourself. So you don't have to do everything all at once. But it's very important for you to get in a routine. So I have been doing this app. It's called Bloom. I don't know if these people are AI, sophisticated people talking to me, but God damn it, Bloom app, I'm not even a sponsor, but you can sign me up to be one of their brand ambassadors. That app is so simple but so good. It's really like placed a lot of things that I didn't even know that was happening to me, like far as discrimination in the work area, why you had to exit because it was messing with your health, it was messing with your life. So we're gonna jump into that for the hot topic, but these are things that I never thought about until I started to do these activities in the app, and I had to write it down, and it became so clear, like, oh shit, I was going through this and I didn't even know it. And it's like having your voice being heard, where you're never trying to down anyone, but respect is one thing I take very seriously, in the integrity, your morals, and having it for your neighbors, your allies. And that is something that people have not been able to do in certain areas, but we have to change that, because that too is an unhealthy environment. So that affects your health, because you have a space where, you feel like you're being endangered. Like, I'm not no goddamn endangered species, but if I need to be whatever's necessary, that you keep trying to put tactics on me, by all means necessary. So, you going to attack. So it's like you can't fight fire with fire, but it's like, okay, I'm going to put the water on you then. So I'm burn that out and you are non-factor. You know what I'm saying? So, but we're not here. This is the distraction. We're not going to keep arguing. I'm not arguing with nobody. And what's the fucking solution? You want to talk about what you said. Now, what's the solution? Because you going to run into the black neighborhoods and, you may feel like, this is like where I could go to try to fix my shit. A lot of corporations will do that and try to treat us like charity cases because of our health and our wealth. There is such a gap between racial equity and inequity and equity. Like, that sounds crazy, but it's true. And it's like, we're fighting for what spot? I'm not fighting for no spot, and I didn't help build this from my ideas in my mind. No, it's about protecting. And how about learning the proper paperwork that needs to be in place for this person to continue to receive what is necessary for herself or him and his family. You feel me? And these are the things, the gap. This is the gap. So yes, it's going to look like, yep, I don't have nothing. I let it all go. Because you gotta go for broke sometimes, especially in that hustle life. See, I don't do the hustle life or none of that. You feel me? I hustle, but I hustle for my people. It's a difference. We're not talking about no street credibility and all that, because that's not what's going to get me. It can help me, but you can't even bank on that, because people ain't even loyal in those spaces. They worried about themselves. And that's all good. But when you got real people down for the cause of their people, and, really, really, really fighting for freedom, really fighting for financial freedom, their bloodline. Because you can always say, I'm free, but do your heart feel free? Do your mind feel free? Does your body feel free? That's the true equity. That's the true freedom. That's the true wealth. When you no longer have to feel those things and you can be alive within yourself, honey. That's the true bag. That's the true, I'm a free black woman, I'm a free black man, that we are going for. I don't want that other shit. Because they done gave you that for you to be quiet and confined in your space. You did what you had to do, but now let those leaders and those people that really is about it, let them be about it. Not saying that they going on no suicide mission. You just not going, where your family have been, your lineage have been, how much it has caused a mental health issue through your bloodline. And then you try to make fun of those people, because that's what Greg Cardone was doing. It's like, yeah, I got you niggas. I want to say the N-word so bad. All right, well, we going to make you sit it. All right, bet. You want to say it so bad. Crazy. How about you want to say no? No means no. That's the word you should have been saying. It's crazy. But you live and you learn, though. But that day when I had a conversation with him really changed my life. So, because I keep bringing it up. Because we can't go here into the hot topic, because then we can really get into the health and wealth. So we're going to jump into the hot topic of today is Grant Cardone and his statements about how he has targeted African Americans in his marketing and to dumb down his language to help black people. Like, yo, this is crazy. 19 Keys said it best. You're not going to go to the white community and say, yeah, I dumbed this down for the white people. So why the fuck would you come on a national platform to say I dumbed down my words and my language for black people so they can understand? I mean, I get it, because it's all capitalism. You do not have to dumb it down, but you just need to use terminology that we understand. You could have just said it like that. So you had to get into and make it a whole big problem about racial inequity. Because that has been the biggest problem. You have people, literally, their job is to steal your ideas. You can put a context clue. They gonna go, boom, go make some shit you just said from this context clue. Just to fuck with you. And you like, damn, I can't even have my own thoughts in this motherfucker no more. You feel me? So you like, I'm not creating shit until I get my motherfucking reparations of motherfucking papers in this bitch. You feel me? Now I'm like, all right, I gotta come talk hood to you, because you ain't understand me when I was just quote unquote having my proper terminology. So I had to go black terminology on your ass for you to understand. Since we want to reverse it, we gonna reverse it back to that. How about that? So you just like, damn. We can't get no fucking food. We got food deserts. We got people targeting us because they know we're in a space where we don't have proper education on how to build wealth, how to build financial freedom, or a system to even get out of that space. So you target us because you know our weaknesses, you know our spots. So you've done this market research on how to put in people in the industry to go and get their money, while we are constantly, our people are making these corporations wealthy, when we have people like myself that you ain't even poured into, that's really in this bitch fighting head on big corporations. I'm talking about motherfucker try to take over your whole fucking buildings just to fucking try to make you miserable because they got money and they can disrupt those things. Well, how about we disrupt things properly? But what does really properly mean? Well, shit, there is no property, because this is by all means necessary. All is fair in love or war. That's the game my motherfucker get. I'm shit. Hold on. You feel me? So in the Bible, it always say, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. And I'm like, ooh, are we really enemies though? But in society and in publicly, there are people that you genuinely love that they have placed against you because of a system. We don't really talk about that enough. And that Greg Cardone situation really showed me like the plantation and the ownership that these people still have over our family, and they are still getting paid off of. And we can't even get a fucking penny. We can't even get a quarter. And we fighting. And you fighting the wrong motherfucking battles. You fighting your brothers and your sisters when you need to be turning and looking the other way at the people that got you shook. And you looking at them because they're the only people that is in front of you or next to you. So you take it out on them because they're the only people there. We got to do better. Because now with all of this technology and AI, we're moving smarter. So you have to really think about this on how is this really going to affect our health, and how can it benefit my wealth? Because if you do this correctly in the way it's designed, it can be that for African Americans, and to begin to build a new world in our freedom and our equity, and learning more on how to use our resources and have social economics and group economics, because and how to build the alliances and how to build, you know what I'm saying, safe spaces and safe havens for people, because we are very, very powerful people, and our melanin, the things that it could do alone would make a person just envy us, just outright. You feel me? Because they don't have that. This is magic. So with your melanin, your mind, your sacred geometry is automatic power, but they have put calluses onto your third eye and to make you think that it's evil, and they have shunned you away from the true religion of the gods and made you talking about it's some damn Illuminati. Man, if y'all don't grow y'all ass up about symbols, though, like, let's not even get on that. But in order for you to obtain wealth, you gotta know about the history. You see what I'm saying? You gotta know what that shit really represents. And it is not in them fucking books. There can be some things, but it's not really that. You gotta really know, and you gotta look past the things that they have even said that it was. That's how deep it go. Now, there are books for African American studies, but you have to know how to look. You have to know where the slave syndrome, what that looks like, and then who and how and where your tribe is. So people can't even go research their tribe because they don't even know what tribe they come from. I'm going to really tell you, it's all in your eyes and in your teeth. Like, those are two things that they don't tell you about African Americans that can really identify what tribe that you were once in. versus even just some fucking blood. Like your nose structure, your face tells a lot. Your face really tells a lot. You ain't just got that beautiful face for nothing. That beautiful face comes from Queen Sheba. You know what I'm saying? Like, I found out my roots is from people that I'm not even going to get into it. You feel me? That's another conversation. But people like Grant Cardone know exactly who we are, what we need, and he preys upon that. But why when we are people talking, because we haven't made those millions? Well, what about we have made millions? What about if it might be locked up in a safe and you can't even get your own fucking money? Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about all the money you made. That shit locked up. I ain't heard nobody say that. It's real. They got your whole history locked up so you will not know who the bloodline. Because everybody do not come from God. Don't get that twisted. No, that is not true. Like, the truth will set you free. But this situation has got to stop. I can't blame him. He seen a weakness and he attacked. But we are very disrespected, and you calling men boys, and you want to say the N-word, and this is how we do it on the plantation with the white boys, and then I seen some other stuff that then it made me realize blood. Like, yo, this shit is get it back in blood, baby. These motherfuckers, we not playing. Because then it was some other stuff revealed to me. I'm like, oh my God. My life changed that day. I wrote a poem. I began like, bitch, I'm going to be a rapper today. I'm like, I'm finna go out. It made me want to come out of hiding because now I would see why people are the way they are. Now, everybody has an action and a role to play. But when it's certain things that you are not even aware that you are programmed in or to be, and you have not reflected, it will ruin you. It will ruin your relationships with your family in your household. It will become alcohol, drugs that is in the forefront of your household, front and back. Who finna clean that shit up? Somebody got to clean that up. Because y'all done dealt me bad cards while you living the life and thinking, I would not ever know. Then they say, you can't do nothing but blame yourself. Baby, if you really knew, you would shut the fuck up. See, that's what you want to say to some people. Because they already know. But a villain is never going to make themselves be the villain now, are they? They're going to make themselves look like the angel. Come on. Use common sense. But you see through people. And, man, that health is motherfucking wealth, okay? And you have a role to play for yourself and your family. So it's important to educate each other. It's important to educate and stop trying to judge people because you do not know the real story behind certain things that is being placed in the media of your people. They will make them look like the bad guy before they go make that person look like the bad guy, and they're really the bad guy. Because guess what? I didn't see not one article that popped up about Grant Cardone disrespecting us in the media. So this is why representation matters. This is why visibility matters. And this is why this space matters. It's just not about your mental health. It's about what is happening in our mental health. How is it affecting us? How is the technology dumbing us down when it's not even making us better because it's making our brains lazier? So now when you realize that you like, yo, I got to go harder for my brain. I got to go harder and really exercise this thing that is making us lazy and to forget. Because now they got the passwords where you don't have to remember your password. So automatically, that shit is making you forget. Take that fucking automatic password thing off of you. Take it off. You forget the password? Shit, make a new one. You have to realize repetition matters. And if your reps stop, you're going to start losing steps. So you got to really train. You got to really train your mind. You really have to not get on a bullshit pattern or a wavelength or frequency, but you have to get what your body wants to get on versus your mental, because your mental will catch up. But if your body is in the past and your mental is in the future, you're going to have disfusion. You're going to have confusion. And that is one of the things that I was noticing that was happening as I'm trying to get healthy. So they weren't aligning with each other. So now that I'm aware, I'm like, this is what I have to do. I have to make sure I am clear with my intentions and the way I'm speaking over my body to let it know I know it needs work. And I'm here to help you. I'm here to assist you in your healing, because your body is a nerve. So your body, that motherfucker will get on your nerves if you are not doing what it wants to do. You have to know and let your body know that, yes, I am the master brain of you, but I will compromise with you. So that's when we saying about people still having stake in us, in our bloodline. You know, why so much disease happens and all these things that we feel like it's DNA. No, it's not always just your DNA. It's the way we speaking over ourselves. It's the environments we in, work related, in our households, the way we was raised to eat. All of these things that have programmed us with watching television, music, all of it in the ecosystem really matters on the quality of you and the life that you have taken. So when you be like, nah, this ain't it, you begin to move differently. But that man woke me up. I was pissed off there wasn't nobody there to really check him about how he just tried to disrespect us, saying we were still motherfucking slaves and we on his plantation. That's pretty much what he was saying to me. So I'm like, damn. So this it? This how this going? Hell no. So when I seen this article, it was no surprise to me. And then I seen him when we had this encounter. 2 weeks later, he was at fucking Rick Ross's Boss Up conference. Nigga, I'm like, so you gonna go to the rappers, right? So you gonna run to them after you done disrespected us? Okay, Grant, I see you for who you really are. So I'm like, I'm the only one peeped this, but it was publicly. So I could have addressed it publicly, but I was like, who the fuck I'm gonna talk to? I didn't have this platform that I have now, and I'm blessed that I have it, because these things should not be happening. You have no right to disrespect us and say about people spending money on cars and clothes and all these things. Do you know what that shit represents? You know what it represents. It's people that's trying to get freed up. Whip. What is a whip called? A car. So you whipped us? Not him, but you know what I'm saying? Your slave master used to whip your ass. You feel me? Come on. We got to be smarter. We got to think outside of the box that they have placed you in mentally to get out of the system that they have caused you to really go against your own people and not even support them. You're going to support the people that hate you versus the people that love you and that's going to rock with you. Because that's a tactic they have placed and brainwashed you. You know, when you get out of that, that's when you're going to really see your freedom. But hell no. I ain't going on from Inglewood, what? And we ain't about that life, baby. We standing 10 toes on ours in the word because we know the struggles that we have went through. We know the pain we are going through. But we are getting out of that because we got our people waking up, and that's what they fear. That's what they fear, because you can no longer take advantage, and you can't play us. You couldn't even play me when I was broke. You couldn't even play me when I ain't had this platform. You feel me? Because I knew better, because my mama raised me better than that. I don't never think I'm better than anybody, but you see what I'm saying? She raised me that way for a reason. I see why she was so hard on me. You know, you begin to see why you was built the way you was built. Yes, why I'm allergic to certain foods, because God wants me at his most cleanliest as I possibly can be on this earth. I'm not perfect, but being allergic to like breads and like not eating certain seafood, bottom feeders, and do I eat shrimp? I do sometimes, but I'm just saying we do need certain foods for our survival, not just to eat to live, but there's things that our body is wanting, not just because we crave it. We need it and it's been taken away, or it's been placed upon us as bad. I have no problem with seafood and sea creatures or whatever. I was never a fan of eating animals as a child. And that shit stuck to me in adulthood. I be looking at the blood and the meat and shit, veins, and like, this is going down your body. So if this animal is sick, what you think you about to do? You about to take on the DNA of this food. So I'd rather eat plants and, you feel me, fruits and vegetables. So that's why I don't eat a lot, but I'm trying to incorporate. So I had to start. Eggs is not healthy, but you got to pick, because certain people are flexitarians. So their body has to be that. Because if it's not that in their tribe, they will get sick. So when people be like, I don't eat meat, there's a lot of unhealthy vegetarians. It's about what your body needs for your blood type, and how to heal for your blood type, and how to heal for your hormones. So these are the things that they putting it under the table so they can get the money. I would never want to consult with anyone unless I know your hormone levels, first of all, outside of the chemicals they do to water based it. What your cells is looking like, not from just a blood test, but a dry blood test. The dry blood test is going to tell you way more than a blood test from the labs. You see, you got to go deep within yourself. Those cells that is in that body needs to be repaired. And I know I am doing a lot of cell repairing, and I gained some weight in my stomach. I'm like, girl, I'm looking a little boxy. But I'm like, but you're healing your body. Your body needs healthy fats to get the unhealthy fats out. You have detoxed. You're rebuilding those cells. So when you begin to really work out, when I can work back out, that will shed and those cells will be gone. Like last night, I was in the sauna and I began to peel. People be like, that's dirt, but that's dead skin. That's toxins coming out of your body. So we have to do our parts, you guys. We have to do our parts in the workspace to create visibility, visibility and creating more better racial equity for us, and equity into our companies, and learning paperwork, learning how to eat healthy while you're chasing your dreams. So these are things in our pillars, our 8 pillars of life. These are things we talk about frequently, and why it's important to be full circle. Nothing is never going to be balanced as a whole, but it can have harmony where it balances itself out. So when people be like, oh, it's about balance. No, that's a balance you're going to be chasing forever. So in those 8 pillars, we don't want you to just be chasing and running around in a circle and making yourself dizzy. No. In the 8 pillars of life for the health and wealth, it's going to teach you the routine that you need to get yourself in for yourself. Every day does not have to be the same. You can switch up your routines. But to get into healthy habits, it takes 60 to 90 days to get into healthy habits. So that's where I am. That's what's really going to create that wealth for you, is to create the habits. The habits that you do now will reflect your future, So get with people that understand that. Have healthy alliances. You know, we would like to think that Grant Cardone was a healthy alliance. You know, maybe he was there to create awareness and to know that we are not going to be disrespected like that by no alliance, no partner. You feel me? Because we all human and we deserve respect. And let's have a lot more integrity and have morals in our personal lives and business. Don't let that fear that they keep trying to put you in to silence you. Lift your voice up and be proud of who you are. No matter the imperfections is what makes you perfect, is what makes you beautiful. That's what makes you stand out. That's what makes you uniquely you. And that's why no one could never be you. No matter how much they try to attack you, take your ideas, have your identity carbon copied 1,000,000 times. Only could be one you. And everybody knows the original. Because eventually they run into it. So with that being said, guys, thank you for tuning in. Let's continue to be the change we wish to see. Let's help one another, to get to where we need to be. Because it truly takes a community. A community is your tribe. Vibe with your tribe, you guys. So I love y'all. Sorry I couldn't get more into it, but we got to keep it there. But we might get back around to it. But health is wealth. And make sure you are making your health a priority versus that wealth. Because that's what's going to get you there. Love, y'all.